So my son has a really hard time with concepts and understanding things by having it explained to him versus him experiencing it. And potty training was probably one of the hardest concepts for him to get. And he was about 9, I'd say, till we considered him fully potty trained. Even now, he's regressed a few times. He's 13, and some of it due to behavioral, but we still have had some issues. Overall, though, we are very happy he is capable of going to the washroom by himself. Whether he wants to or not, he can do it. That's a different story. One of the best advice I ever got about him was from his occupational therapist. So what she said to us, and this is around 3 or 4 after I was really trying hard since he was, 1.5 to potty train him, was just get rid of the diapers all the time. And I was like, well, they're pull-ups, and I'm telling him don't go on the pull-up. And she said he doesn't understand concepts. So for him, if there's no natural repercussion, he doesn't get that peeing his pants is bad. So if you remove the diaper, what the diaper does is as soon as he pees, it whisks it away, he's dry. Nothing happened, no big deal. But if he's in pants, he is now wet. He is now uncomfortable. He now can understand, oh, I did this, look at what happened. And that was a huge game changer because you started seeing him understanding, and he'd be like, oh, I'm wet. And now he wants to take his pants off. He doesn't want to stay in the dirty pants. And he's not resisting us when it comes time to go to the washroom. There were so many times that we left him before all this, when we left him with no pants at all. So that was one of the things when he was young, like, oh, just, leave him with nothing at all. Does he not? One time as we're sitting here in the kitchen, our house is like a split level. We have a bookcase about 2 feet off the ground. He climbs on top of the bookcase, he squats, and he just takes a poop on top of the bookcase while we're all sitting there watching. And we're like, we don't even know what to do to go and get him to the toilet. And we're just like, well, he didn't go in his pants, right? So he found somewhere to go. And I guess when you go through some of the stuff, at some point it just becomes really funny. One of the huge issues as he was learning and becoming more independent was he was trying to wipe himself. And he didn't understand how much toilet paper to use. It would get on his hands, and he wanted privacy. And you're trying to respect that. You're trying to set boundaries by giving him space and teach him stuff. And we're talking like full wall smearing because he didn't know what to do. Now his hand is dirty. So our washroom walls. I remembered as a time my dad came over and I got the baby crying. I got little shit on my walls, and I'm in full meltdown mode. He was having a meltdown and I'm just bawling my eyes out. And my dad's just like, give me the Windex, give me this. And he goes up there and he's cleaning my shitty walls, because it was hard. It's hard having to do it all the time. It's hard to celebrate the win that he went to the washroom when you got shit smeared everywhere. The other fun part of it is, they have a hot tub. He loves to swim, and my parents had a hot tub. And while he's potty training, even, up to the age of 9, he would sometimes full out poop in the hot tub. Now imagine embarrassment. You got your nieces there, your nephews, other kids, and all of a sudden your kid's the one that shits in the pool or in the hot tub, and everybody's got to leave, and now it's a thing. And, it's embarrassing. As much as I love my son and we accept everything about him, first few times it happens, you're mortified, and you got to get him cleaned up, and now, you got to help your dad drain the hot tub and clean the hot tub. And obviously my parents like, it's cool. We got this. But then you're like, why the hell is this happening to me? He's 7, he's 8. Am I ever going to be able to take him somewhere else? Am I ever going to be able to take him in a public place to go swimming? So those were really hard times. What we did, and was pretty effective, is we got one of those to-go potties from Canadian Tire, like the compost ones. You put the bag in there, you put the powder in there so it doesn't smell. And we took that thing with us everywhere when we had him out of diapers. So I could pull over on the side of the road if need be, and he could go to the bathroom. But it was also a toilet seat. So it wasn't like I'm just teaching him that he can go anywhere and he doesn't get the concept and now he's going to think he can go anywhere. So we carried that toilet with us so he could associate this happens on a thing with a toilet seat. So that was actually really, really helpful. And we had it even in the backyard because sometimes he couldn't make it inside. At the cottage, when we went swimming by the lake, we put one of these potties right by the dock because he would hold it. And he would hold it to the last second, trying not to go to the bathroom. And then he'd have to run out of the water going, oh shit. And he would never make it to the cottage. So we had it, and slowly, gradually, as he got bigger and was able to hold his bowels more in, we moved inside the house. It's a huge commitment. I can understand why people may continue with their diapers, but sensory wise, it was a great explanation by the occupational therapist. And I think that is the reason why we were actually able to get him to be potty trained in the end. So hard, but less shitty, I guess.